Hello and welcome, one and all, to another exciting installment of Pobble Live. And what I like to see, what I am liking, is I see names in the chat that I haven't seen here before. So, welcome all to this week's Pobble Live. Thank you for joining. If you haven't already, we have now got 112 subscribers to the channel who will get notifications if they press that bell icon when they sign up to the channel. If you haven't already, please give the video a little thumbs up and subscribe and press the bell icon so that you do get notifications when we are live. But welcome. Hi. It's really great to see some new names in the chat. Man City, West Brom. Okay. Naming teams, of course, because of tonight's theme. So, Pobble Live tonight. Let's just budge it out a little bit and maybe we can make that go up a little bit there. Yes. Pobble Live tonight is all about something very, very exciting. Oh, 3 likes. I like those likes. Keep those likes coming. If Mrs. Jones, who is watching currently, Mrs. Jones wants to give us a like, feel free to give us a like too. Hi, Mr. Keeling. Man City, West Brom, Man City football teams. Yeah, good. It's good that we've got the sport chat going to start off with, because Pobble Live today is all about Sports Week. This week is Sports Week. So, in honor of Sports Week, I thought we would talk a little bit about sport. Now we're going to talk a little bit about sport to start off with, and then I've got a writing task that is around sport. Let's have a see what we've got in the chat. Sports Week fact: it was invented in the 19th century. I would have to fact check that, but that is really interesting. Someone shouting football, absolutely, and somebody else football. And hi, someone from my drama club. That's really good. It's great that you are on here. All right, so Sports Week this week, and I'd like to know. Started off, very easy question, but why not? Let's go with it. What sports do we know now? I've already had one in the chat. We've had football. What other sports can we name? Let's fill the chat. What other sports do we know? Football, and that's kind of key at the moment, and we'll talk about why in a second. That is key at the moment. But what else? Golf and hockey, adding on to them. Golf and hockey. Now, famous writer by the name of, I forgot his name, curly hair. Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. A famous writer named Mark Twain didn't like golf, really didn't care for golf. In fact, he said that golf was a good walk ruined. I wouldn't know myself. I'm not, never really played golf, although I can't imagine I would be very good at it. Let's see what else we've got. We've got netball. Lovely, netball. We've got basketball. We've got tennis. Lovely. We've got, like athletics, track and field. Absolutely. Like running. So running maybe. Yeah, because running can be a competitive sport, can't it? Some good ideas. What else we got? Rugby. Yeah, my favorite. My favorite sport, rugby. Do you like a good bit of rugby? Let's go for consistency, Mr. Keeling. Start them all with capital letters. Cricket. Yeah, I don't really follow cricket. Don't really understand the scoring system on cricket. Athletics, javelin. Yeah, javelin. And hammer throw. I think that's the one that Mrs. Trunchbull did. And if you remember Matilda the film, she did the hammer throw on that at the beginning. Shot put, yeah, some lovely ideas here. Any more? Badminton, like that one, badminton. Anything else? Any other sports you can think of? Any other sports you can think of? Probably Leicester Tigers. Shot put, swimming. Swimming, yeah. You can have competitive swimming as well, can't you? What else have we got? Darts, maybe, if you would consider darts a sport. I think a lot of people would. trampolining, speed bounce, rounders, anything else? Any others that we do at school? And I said there's a dodgeball club, competitive sport there. What else we got? Trampolining, bungee jumping. I think that's more of I'd say bungee jumping is more of an activity rather than a sport. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say that's more of kind of a hobby, an activity. Now, you wouldn't go roller coastering, would you, as a sport? So I probably would say that that's more of one of those. But lovely, some lovely ideas. Dance, absolutely. Dance, dance, dance. And I've seen some fantastic dancers at our school. In fact, one of them is going to be in our school performance, which will be on next Wednesday from 6 p.m. So if you haven't got your tickets already, please, and you've got a friend that you want to come and see in the performance, please do feel free to pick those up and come and see the show, because we've got some really good singers, some actors, and a dancer in there. Did you know sports were played on the moon? I did know that an asteroid, famously golf, wasn't it, that was played on the moon? So there we go. Lots of sports, very straightforward. But so we've named lots of sports there. What are the positives of sport? Why do we play sports? What's good about playing sports? Are there any positives to it? Figure skating, fabulous, yes. Winning, yeah. I mean, that is fine. A lot of people like to win. I enjoy winning, there's nothing wrong, but you've got to think about how you win. There's such a thing as a bad winner. So making sure that we're a good winner, we're a good sports person. But yes, winning is a positive sport. What else have we got? Anything else? It keeps you fit, absolutely. So it is a good form of exercise. And a little bit like kind of these headsets that have come out, these kind of VR headsets, it disguises that exercise by being fun, doesn't it? So it's fun exercise. So you don't necessarily realize that you're exercising. If you're in the gym and you're running on a treadmill, you might get a little bit bored of just constantly running. Whereas if you're running down a pitch, playing football, trying to win, you may not realize how much you're actually doing. Leadership, absolutely. It teaches leadership skills. Brilliant. Leadership. Didn't think about that. And social skills. What a great answer. Yeah. And I suppose part of that would be teamwork, wouldn't it? So building a team working together, social skills, talking to one another. What else have we got? You can concentrate on the sport. Yeah, so it helps concentration. That's a great one. And dedication. Absolutely. These things like teams that we commit to, you absolutely need that dedication. Thank you very much, Fizz. You absolutely need that dedication, and you do that through teamwork and working together. What else have we got? Sportsmanship. Yeah. So being a good sports person. Absolutely. So being a good sports person. Yeah, and that kind of comes under this, doesn't it? With the winning aspect that we said earlier, being a good sports person is being a good winner, and also being gracious in defeat. At the end of a football match where people walk around and they shake hands and they respect everybody on that pitch that's played the game, is absolutely a part of it. Helps you prevent disease, certainly like heart disease. It helps your cardiovascular health, because you're exercising, you're pumping that blood around your body. Absolutely. Congratulating. So it can just be about being able to congratulate people. There's a community spirit there, isn't there? Community. And I think part of that as well is if you support a team, there's a community built around that team that you support. So friendship would come from that. Yeah, absolutely. So the chemicals that are triggered from that exercise would make you happier. People who exercise are generally happier. So playing those sports, and not just because of the exercise, but also this kind of community spirit, friendship, all proven to help with that happiness, feeling happier. Boost emotional fitness, absolutely. So it's taking care of your mental health. It gives you a hobby, doesn't it? Gets you out of the house, gives you something to do, gets you off of screen time, gets you away from those tablets. Absolutely. Growth mindset. Yeah, especially if you don't win. Knowing that you can get better. Training. I think a lot of things like sports, like learning an instrument, like art, like music, like dance. People see people that are really good at those things. They see really good sports people. They see really good dancers. They see really good artists, and they think, well, oh, that's a talent. That is a talent. But that takes away from what it actually is. Those people that are good dancers, that are good artists, that are good sports people, it's not just talent. Now, yes, some people may have natural skills, absolutely, but it's taking away from those people to say that it is just talent, because actually a lot of it is determination, which I think we had like dedication there, determination and hard work. Nobody is good at something straight away, or at least most people aren't very good at things straight away. But those good sports people, those good artists, they have dedicated their time to grow, to get stronger, to become better. And that's learning, isn't it? It's learning, because you can be better. It's not that I'm not an artist. I can learn to be a better artist. I'm not a sports person. I can learn to be a better sports person. It's learning. Self-reflection, wonderful. Oldest sport is wrestling. Again, I'd have to fact check that, but some very interesting facts coming out today. They give us goals for the future. So learning to set goals and achieve them. Realistic goals or expectations. Guys, these answers are fabulous today. I'm loving what you are adding. And don't forget, if you put a answer into the chat, that means that you will be entered into the Pobble prize draw for next week. And if you're not watching this live and you're watching this after and you comment on the video, you will be entered into the Pobble prize draw too. Hopes and dreams, achieving your hopes and dreams. Absolutely. I'm going to wipe these off, but wow, I was really impressed. There were lots of answers there that I simply couldn't have thought of myself. Brilliant. And it's nice that it's Sports Week, because at the moment, what's going on? Well, it's the Euros, isn't it? It's the Euros 2024, and we've got a team that, now granted, a team that haven't played the best in the group round, and a team that perhaps didn't play the best in their last match, but a team that has got through to the quarterfinals, which is amazing. Yeah, lots of teams can't make it that far. We have made it to the quarterfinals, so that is amazing. And I don't know if any of you saw the game. On Sunday, I think it was Sunday. With the drama. I don't know anybody who was watching that game who wasn't sat on the edge of their sofa, holding on to the edge of their sofa, going, oh, come on, and then getting to the last minute and going, no, we're out, and then Bellingham, and not just Bellingham shooting and getting a goal, but doing a flip goal, overhead goal. Could you believe it? In the last minute with a bicycle kick. Who would have thought? And in it goes. Whoa! I think you could hear it across the country, just a collective scream, because no one could believe it. No one could believe that we were saved in that last minute. And it was amazing. It was amazing. And then, of course, Kane to win it for us in extra time with the header. So, because it's the Euros and in honor of Sports Week, I thought it might be nice for us to write a song. Now, it could be a song about England, if you want to, and you support the England team's journey. It could be a song about another football team, for example, if you support a different team. It could be a song just generally about football. But with football, one of the things that I love about football season, and one thing that I love about, these kind of big international competitions is one, it brings people together. It brings people together because they come together and they celebrate their nationality and they celebrate their team and they follow the team. But it also is a time when they play football songs. And some of these football songs are absolutely terrible. If you look at Anton Deck, we all know Anton Deck, right? Anton Deck did a song called, I think it was He's on the Ball. And it just goes, he's on the ball, he's on the ball. And it's dreadful, dreadful stuff. Absolute rubbish. But there are teams out there that do some better songs. Not teams, sorry. There are bands out there that have done some better songs, like my personal favorite and the one that I always listen to when I'm watching football, which is Three Lines on a Shirt. You know, it's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home, it's coming home. Yeah, absolutely. And let's have a look. James Corden, England song in 2010. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of them out there. There's lots and lots and lots of them. And football season brings out all those songs. So I thought, why not do a fun little pobble today about writing a song, either for England or for the Euro or for football? Yeah, Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline is a song that's sung a lot, isn't it? Not specifically written for football. Sweet Caroline is just a nationally appreciated song, one that gets sung a lot on karaoke, I believe, as well. Hey Jude, yeah, lots of songs that were written by British artists. They're like the Beatles. Hey Jude. Okay, so let's write our own song. Let's do that. And actually, songwriting is pretty straightforward and something that we've had a look at before, and many of you will have had a look at before. I know in year 5, we did our own rap and we did our own rap battle. But basically, writing a song comes down to poetry, because songs are basically poems to music. And even within poems that don't have music added to them, there is a rhythm. So let's take a very, very simple poem, one that you may know from when you were little kids, when you were younger, and maybe if we have got some younger viewers watching at the moment, you might know this song, but I'm sure most of you in the chat will. But we're going on a bear, not song, it's a poem. We're going on a bear hunt, we're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. I'm not scared. We're going on a bear hunt, we're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. I'm not scared. Has a regular rhythm, so can almost be sung. Poems don't always have a regular rhythm, but some of them do, and therefore are related to the kind of idea of songs. And songs themselves tend to have quite poetic, metaphorical lyrics. So songs and poems very closely related, and poems are basically songs are basically a form of poetry. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to start with alliteration. Who can be the fastest person in the chat to tell me what the word alliteration means? What do I mean by alliteration? Fastest person in the chat. Let's see who can get the answer. What is alliterations? Who's going to be first? Who's going to be first? What is alliteration? Not repetition, no, but that is a feature of a song, and we'll talk about that maybe a little bit later. Can anyone tell me what alliteration is? Any viewers from my class that are on at the minute should know alliteration. It's not been that long since we've done it. We did it with the Highwayman. Words that have the same first letter or begin with the same sound. Lovely, we got it together there. So, for example, an example of alliteration, Sydney. And they don't need to be right next to each other, but within the same sentence. Sydney, the snake slithered slowly and silently towards the stream. Now, there's two reasons really to do alliteration. One is to make a tongue twister. Alliteration is really good for making up a tongue twister. So, for example, give it a go at home if you're watching along. See how fast you can do it. See if I can do it. Peter Piper picked pickled peppers. Which piece of I lost it. Let's try again. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Which piece of pickled pepper did Peter Piper pick? Good. Or marvelous magic, most mysterious, make a monster to mozzarella marmalade. Or Betty Botter bought a bit of something butter. I can't remember that one actually. But if you want to do a few tongue twisters at home, there's the old one, the yellow lorry, red lorry. See if you can do that 10 times. Yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow. I did it too. Come on, Mr. Keeling. Let's give it another go. Yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry. If you're just tuning in, this is Pobble Live with Mr. Keeling. Yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry. She sells seashells by the seashore. So, it's using the same sound or a similar sound within the sentence to create a tongue twister. But that's not what we're doing today. We're not doing that for the song. We are doing it to give it a certain sound. So here, it's not about being a tongue twister. It's about having that s sound for the snake. So for example, see the snake slithered slowly and silent towards the stream. It gives it that S sound like the snake. And we're going to use this because songs are supposed to be pleasing to your ears. They need to be little earworms that get stuck in your head. And to do that, the language could start with the same letter. So I'm going to start us off. Fabulous. Fantastic. Football. Furiously. Furiously fast. And fit footballers. And I'm just trying to gather language together at the moment that would work with the subject of football. So I went with F there to start with, but we don't have to. We could go for a player, for example. So we could do brilliant Bellingham. Maybe we could add in a few more. Brilliant Bellingham beat the goalkeeper. Where would it? It wouldn't be a B. What do we think? Can we think of some? Maybe some for a player. Maybe some about football. Can we think of some words together to describe the energetic, enthusiastic, Euro supporters? Can we think of any words that we could join together with the same starting letter to do with football? Exciting England. Yeah, exciting, energetic England. Absolutely. Boris Bunsen Bean, the meanest people seen. Well, yeah, I don't know if that relates to football, but it certainly does have some alliteration. Exciting Euros, absolutely. Running Ronaldo, absolutely. Football related, at least. Can we get more than two? Can we get maybe a little sentence? Oh, we've got some up there that's not related to football. How much wood could a wood chuck if a wood could chuck if a wood could chuck wood? Can we string together any more words? Maximum anything about football? Anything about scoring? Well, let's have a look. Groovy Greeks. Well, we could take the groovy and put goals. Groovy goals. Stunning. Changing hands. stunning skills, fabulously fast, fantastic football. So there, I've gathered ideas together that relate to the football and have just done a list of alliteration. Groovy goals, stunning skills, fabulously fast, fantastic football, or, to a better tune. But we're starting to build, aren't we? And we're getting language that sounds. Stunning stones, incredible Rooney. I don't think that has alliteration to it. Any other ideas that we could have? Any sentences? Come on, give it a go. All right, while we're waiting, enthusiastic England fans scream elated due to Bellingham's bicycle kick. I love it. So we've got EEE, which is one more E than EE, the phone company. Enthusiastic England fans screamed elated due to Bellingham's bicycle kick. So we've got a BB and we've got EEE. Fantastic. That was a good idea. We'll put it at that. But have a think at home, and if you're watching after this, try and pair up some initial sounds to start your sentences with that are the same. So one feature you can use in your song is alliteration. The other, and this one is important, is rhythm. Now, I mentioned that some poems have rhythm, and songs need rhythm because they're played to music, they're played to a beat. Now, one way that you can get a rhythm, or in fact, the main way that you get a rhythm, is by counting the number of sounds that are in every line. So let's go back to that going on a bear hunt. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. I'm not scared. And then it repeats. So you've got a repeating rhythm there because it's repeating the pattern of syllables. Now you can do it by creating sentences that have the same amount of syllables. For example, Shakespeare would create something called a sonnet. And in the sonnet, in each line of the sonnet, it would have 10 syllables, which would be good for putting it to music because you know how many beats you would need. 10. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? 10 syllables. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. 10 again in the next line. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. It's quite a challenging skill, actually, to fit a sentence or a line into a set amount of syllables. Let me give it a go. I'm going to try with 10. Brilliant. So I'm going to clap that along. Brilliant. That's 3 sounds. Brilliant. Brilliant. Bellingham. 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 That's 3. Brilliant. Bellingham. Brilliant. Bellingham. That's 6 sounds altogether. What did he do? Scored a goal. That would only make 9. Scored a fabulous. That would be too much. Scored a great goal. And got in alliteration. Scored being 1 sound. A great 1 sound goal. So that sentence is 10 sounds long. 10 individual sounds long. Let's check. Brilliant. Bellingham scored a great goal and got in my first feature, which is alliteration. While I'm having a go at creating another line that has 10 syllables, why don't you in the chat, or if you're watching this afterwards in the comments, try and make your own? Can you make a line about football that has 10 syllables in it, 10 sounds. Let me try another one. I'm going to start with alliteration again. Fantastic football. So let's count the sounds. Fantastic. If you are writing your own or trying to make your own, have a go in the chat, add it in if you can. Fantastic. That's 3 sounds. 1. Fantastic. Fantastic. Football. 2 sounds. So I'm up to 5. Fantastic football. That is 5 sounds. Making. That's 2 sounds. Us. 1 sound. Cheer. 1 sound. Fantastic football making us cheer. That's only 9. Won't work. How could I change this? Making us shout out. Making us celebrate. Causing celebrations. Too many. It's hard. It's tricky. How could I finish this off? Fantastic football. 5. Making us happy. Making us happy. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic football making us happy. Lovely. And then I could combine it with the Bellingham one that I had before that also had 10. Let's see if anybody else has got 10. Brilliant. Bellingham scored a great goal. Yeah, that's 10. Kobe was England's best player. Lovely. 10. Super Saka ran really fast. That's only 8. Can you make it into... Oh, hooray. There we go. Finished off. Well done. Yes, absolutely. So some examples there. And what you would do is you would try to get the lines of your song roughly about the same amount of syllables. And that will start to give it a rhythm. And maybe then you can start putting it to a beat. And if you want to actually turn this into a song, there are videos that you can look up on YouTube where it will give you a background beat. So you could look up song beats on YouTube and try and find a backing track to put your song to. So we've had 2 there, and I've combined them in those sentences, the rhythm and the alliteration. Okay. We also have rhyme. Very quickly, can anyone tell me what a rhyme is? Now, he told me what alliteration is. Can you tell me what a rhyme is, please, very quickly? While you're doing that, I'm going to take the names of the people who were on or have commented last week and pop them into the pot. What is a rhyme? When 2 words sound the same, can you be more clear on that? What do you mean? What is a rhyme? It's not to do with the syllables. What is a rhyme? Anyone explain it to me? Correspondence of sound. How? Which part of the word, please? They're the same words, sound pretty familiar. Funny bunny. Well, that's an example, but what's going on there? Very close with that one. Ronaldo scored a little great goal. 9. Doesn't quite work. Between the words. It's not between the words. Let's have a look. So, let's take those 2 words that we had, which was funny and bunny, and let's actually look at them. Funny and bunny. Which part of the word gives us the rhyme? Okay, phonemes the same, 2 words at the end. Yeah, we're kind of getting there. So basically, when you look at alliteration, it's the first sound of a word. So the opening to that word is what you hear throughout. Whereas with a rhyme, it's the ending part of the word that rhymes with the other word. When two words with the same sound at the end are at the end of a sentence. Well, actually, yes, I agree with most of what you're saying there. Excuse me. But they don't have to be at the end of a sentence. They do if you want rhyming couplets at the end. We're up to 11 viewers. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Lovely to have you on. Mr. Keening, which football team do you support? You ever heard of Mansfield Town? When two words sound the same at the end, yeah. So they do sound the same at the end. However, they don't have to be at the end of a line or a sentence. Rhymes could be right next to each other, or they could be several lines apart. But songs tend to have rhymes in them. It gives them, again, a certain sound. So, can anyone think of any rhyming pairs that might have something to do with football? Anybody think of two words to do with football or sport in general that rhyme? Can we have some pairs that we might want to put in our songs? Type them into the chat if you have any. Any rhyming words to do with sport or late and mate? Yeah, I like that. Teammate. And it's getting late. Yeah, it's the 90th minute. So you could do something like, come on, gather your teammates. The time is 90 minutes. It's getting late, or something like that. Yeah, you're ending the mate and late. Rooney and gloomy. That's half rhyme. It's not quite the same at the end. Any others? Score more. Love it. Score more. And that, again, as I said, doesn't have to be at the end of two lines. It could be together. Everyone needs to score more. Yeah. Or it could be at the end of two lines. Don't look. Don't check the score. If anything, we need some more, or something like that. What else have we got? Lose, snooze. I like it. I like it. Sounds the same, not exactly the same spelling, but works together. Yeah, we better not. If you go out there and snooze, you can guarantee you're going to lose, or something like that. Look, cook. I'm not quite sure how cooking would have anything to do with football. Last and pass. Again, another half rhyme, not quite. You look and cook when you are playing like prime. I'm not sure. Last past. Last past. Yeah. So maybe you went past the last defender. So you've got that little bit of rhyme, that sound in there. Any other rhyming pairs? Let's just go for a couple more. Any others that you can think of? I think the winners so far are score and more. I like those two. Score and more, because I could come up with some lines for those, I think. Skulls and goals. Oh, that one's good too. Score more, skulls, goals. Oh, I don't know which one I like more. Skulls, goals, or lose, snooze, or score more. Final minute finish. Well, there's a bit of alliteration there, isn't it? Some good ideas. Okay. So, just like poetry, in there you can get alliteration, you can get rhythm, you can get rhyme. You can also use your senses. Now, one sentence that I would use is sound. Football, in particular, has lots of sounds going on in the stadium, and it would be really good to get those noises and those sounds into your song. Now, I'm not talking about onomatopoeia. I'm not talking about onomatopoeia, which is a feature of, which is a feature of poetry. But onomatopoeia is the actual noises. So like crash, bang, wallop, all of those actual sounds. What I'm talking about is just literally the sense of hearing. What things might you hear at a football match? And all of these you could put into your song. So you might hear a screech. That would be more to do with like onomatopoeia, as I say, but you might hear a whistle. You might hear the grumbling of players. You might hear the cheering. of the crowd. What else might you hear at a football match? Chants, yeah, absolutely. So the crowd's chanting, yeah. What else? Shouting, yeah, people shouting. Referee, come on. Roaring, yeah, absolutely. The flags waving in the wind, absolutely. What else might you hear at a football match? Yeah, the sound of the goal hitting the back of the net and people cheering and shouting and screaming and standing up and jumping and clapping and banging their feet. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else? What might we hear at the match? Ronaldo. So calling out the names. Oh, the sound of the tackle. The scream as it connects. What else? What else might you hear at a football match? The commentators. Yeah, absolutely. The sound of the commentators from the box. You might actually hear the songs. So you could include songs, references to songs in your song. Like, as we said, Sweet Caroline. Good. Some good ideas. Last thing I'm going to talk about. So in a minute, you can go and you can try and write your song. And if you do come up with a really good football song, please come and share it, because I'd love to hear it. I know probably Mrs. Jones would love to hear it. Mrs. Flanagan would love to hear it. We'd love to hear it if you come up with your own Euro song or your own song about England or whatever team you support. Maybe it's one of your own clubs, yeah? Maybe it's one about West Bromwich Albion, or maybe it's one about Aston Villa, or maybe it's about Birmingham City. Whatever your team is, whoever you support, maybe you want to build your own song that features senses, rhyme, rhythm, alliteration, maybe some onomatopoeia in there if you can. Maybe you want to build one about your team, but here's a structure. Here is a basic structure of a song. It tends to be broken up like this. So first you have a verse. Now the verses are where all the lines tend to be different. Kind words only, yes, please. If there are any mentions that aren't kind in the chat, people will have to be removed. So please do use kind words. Absolutely, you can have free verse, so it can be completely free. And in fact, one of my favorite songs is called In Dreams by Roy Orbison, and it doesn't feature this kind of structure at all. In fact, it's just 7 parts that fall onto one another like a dream, and it's a beautiful song, and I love it. But the basic structure of a song is verse, bridge, chorus, and then maybe chorus again. So what they do is they, for the verse, will write different lyrics, okay? So each line of the verse, usually about 4 lines, will be different lines. They'll all be different. So verse, 4 lines. And all these lines say something different. Then you'll have a bridge. The bridge leads from the verse to the chorus, like a bridge between the two. So it starts to change the song a little bit, and maybe it has a different amount of syllables in it, or maybe it's changed in some other way. But the bridge links the verse to the chorus and is usually 2 lines. So you would have a verse, and then from the verse you would have a bridge, which 2 lines, and it can be very simple, you know. It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming. And then from there, you go into the chorus. And the chorus is the main part of the song. It's the bit that gets stuck into your head. You know, Sweet Caroline, good time, you've never been so good. It's the bit that gets stuck into your head. It's the main bit. And it's the main bit because it's the bit that's repeated and repeated and repeated. So it goes verse, 4 lines. It goes bridge, 2 lines. And let's say 4 lines for the chorus as well, if we want a generic structure. After that, it goes back to a verse. Now, this verse will be another 4 lines. And this verse will be completely different to this verse. So the verse is where you can get in lots of creativity and lots of different lyrics. So this verse will have different lines to this verse. But then it is followed by the bridge again. And the bridge will be another 2 lines that get you to the chorus. And they will probably be the same 2 lines as before. And then you get into the chorus. which is 4 lines, and the chorus will be the same, exactly the same as the other chorus, and then you might do the chorus again. So you might do that twice at the end. But the chorus, once you come up with 4 lines, you just repeat those 4 lines whenever it's the chorus, because you want that bit to get stuck in people's heads. The verses, all different lines. So verse 1 will be different to verse 2, and the bridges could be the same, 2 lines that take you from a verse to a chorus. Or you don't have to follow that structure at all. You could just write 10 lines, all that have similar or the same amount of syllables, that use those features of poetry, and then try and put it to some music. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Just like you would enjoy sport, just like you would enjoy watching the Euros. And remember, this is just a bit of fun. It's playing around. It's language. And just like artists, just like sports people, it is not a talent. Writing is something you can learn. Sport is something you can learn. Music is something you can learn. We can get better, and we will get better together. So go have fun, write a song, bring it in, love to hear it. And more than anything else, I was going to end there, but I forgot. Today's Pobble Prize winner is... If this is your YouTube name and you were on last week, you are our Pobble Prize winner. New winner, not had it before. Congratulations. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please give us a thumbs up if you haven't. I will see you next time. If you've written in the chat, you have a chance of winning a Pobble Prize next time. And for tonight, and as ever, keep pobbling.